Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
5 sentence patterns for beginners. So, let's get started. اسمي. My name is. اسمي. اسمي. It means my name. For example, اسمي بريهان. اسمي بريهان. My name is Perihan. You can also say أنا بريهان. أنا بريهان. I am Perihan. أنا بحب. I like. أنا بحب. أنا بحب. I like. The verb بحب means love, but in Arabic we usually also use it as in like. So we don't really mean as in I love something. It's just we mean like I fancy this or I like this. So for example, you can say أنا بحب التفاح. أنا بحب التفاح. I like apples. أنا مش بحب. I don't like. And in the opposite of أنا بحب is أنا مش بحب. أنا مش بحب. I don't like. So here you should notice that مش means not or don't. So أنا مش بحب. I don't like. For example, أنا مش بحب الجري. أنا مش بحب الجري. I don't like running. Or for example, أنا مش بحب البرتقال. أنا مش بحب البرتقال. I don't like orange. أنا. I am. The next one is أنا. أنا, which means I am. For example, أنا تعبان. أنا تعبان. I'm tired for a male, and أنا تعبانة. I am tired for a female. So just say أنا, I am, and put wherever you want afterwards. In Arabic, usually we don't say أنا so much, so we usually just say the adjective straight away without I am. So for example, تعبان, تعبان. That means I am tired. Or زهقان. I am so bored. زهقان. I am bored. Without I am. Usually you cannot do this in English, but you can do that with the other languages like Japanese and so on. So keep that in mind. أنا مش. I am not. أنا مش. أنا مش. As we said earlier, مش means not or don't. So this means I am not. For example, you can say أنا مش عيان. أنا مش عيان. I am not sick. Or for example, أنا مش زعلان. أنا مش زعلان. For a male, that means I'm not upset. And أنا مش زعلانة. For a female, I am not upset. And أنا مش عيان. For a male, it means I am not sick. And for a female, it's أنا مش عيانة. أنا مش عيانة. Also, in the negative sentence, you don't have to say أنا. You don't have to say I am. You can omit it. So you can say مش زعلان. مش تعبان. مش هروح. I am not going. Without saying أنا, and you will be perfectly understood. 10 ways to say hello. So, let's get started. صباح الخير. Good morning. The first way to say hello is صباح الخير. صباح الخير. Good morning. So, for example, if you go to school, if you're meeting your neighbor in the morning and just usual morning greeting, صباح الخير is the way to go. صباح الخير. صباح means morning. خير means good. So it's a literal translation of صباح الخير. You can also use صباح الفل. صباح الفل. Full is a jasmine flower. It's a full flower, which is basically white, and it has a very intense, beautiful smell. It has a very nice smell. So you are wishing that person to have a beautiful day with a beautiful smell like the jasmine flower. And to answer صباح الخير, you should use صباح النور as a good reply to صباح الخير. So for example, if one person, if your neighbor says صباح الخير, you should say صباح النور. صباح النور. Nur means light. It means the beautiful light, sunshine light. So basically you're wishing them to enjoy the beautiful sunny day and so on. So they say صباح الخير. You can say صباح النور, صباح الفل, and so on. You have so many varieties to choose from. أهلا. Hello. The next word is أهلا. أهلا. Hello. Sometimes you would hear أهلا وسهلا. أهلا وسهلا. It also means hello. أهلا is used when you're meeting someone for the first time. Maybe in a business meeting, you would want to shake hands and say أهلا وسهلا. أهلا وسهلا. Maybe the other person would say تشرفنا. اتشرفنا. It's an honor. And usually it's kind of formal. It's a very formal greeting. So don't be afraid to use it in your business meeting or with your employer in the morning, your work colleague. أهلا وسهلا or just أهلا would be very appropriate as a formal greeting. ما شفتكش بقالي كتير. Long time no see. The next one is ما شفتكش بقالي كتير. ما شفتكش بقالي كتير. Long time no see. ما شفتكش means I haven't seen you. بقالي كتير means in a long time. So the literal translation would be I haven't seen you in a long time. This is if you want to talk to your male friend. So you would say ما شفتكش بقالي كتير. If you are talking to a female, you would say ما شفتكيش بقالي كتير. ما شفتكيش بقالي كتير. And usually it's followed by أخبارك إيه؟ أخبارك إيه؟ How have you been? So أخبارك إيه is kind of formal way to say it has been so long. How are you now? What's the news? And so on. So usually you would find them together in one sentence. ما شفتكش بقالي كتير. أخبارك إيه؟ إزيك? How are you? The next one is إزيك. إزيك. إزيك for a male and إزيك for a female. It means how are you? And that's very informal. So in the morning you can say to your neighbor or your friend صباح الخير إزيك. صباح الخير إزيك. Hello, good morning, how are you? So you can use this with anyone. You can use it with your colleague as well. You can use it in the street. إزيك. إزيك for female. Don't be afraid to use it anywhere you want, anytime. عامل إيه? How is it going? Usually once you say إزيك, you should follow it up by عامل إيه? عامل إيه for a male and عاملة إيه for a female. It means how is it going? عامل إيه? How is it going? So you'd say إزيك, how are you? How is it going? عامل إيه? Or إزيك, how are you for a female? عاملة إيه? How are you? How is it going? Maybe you'll follow it up by إيه أخبارك? إيه أخبارك? Which is kind of similar to أخبارك إيه? أخبارك إيه? But it's kind of the informal way to say how have you been? So you would say إزيك? عامل إيه? إيه أخبارك? If you want to talk to a friend. إزيك عامل إيه؟ إيه أخبارك? You can say it all in one sentence and it will be just fine. إيه أخبارك is basically the reverse version of أخبارك إيه? But it's kind of a little informal, so you can use it with a friend, you can use it with your family and so on. إزيك عامل إيه؟ إيه أخبارك؟ كله تمام؟ كله تمام. It means is everything good? And in answer to that, the other person would tell you ماشي الحال ماشي الحال. It's going okay. كله تمام كله تمام. All is good. أبدا ما فيش. Nothing is new. Like أبدا means never. Like literally it means never. ما فيش means nothing. So it basically means nothing is going on. Everything is okay. So ما فيش. كله ماشي ماشي الحال. كله تمام كله تمام. So these are all words, phrases you can use in answer to إيه أخبارك عامل إيه. Hi. Hi. The next one is probably really popular among the young people. Hi. Hi. Which in English is hi. So in the college, in the university, in school, like you'll find like young people always saying hi, إزيك, hi, إزيك, like hi, how are you? Usually parents or like older generation would not really use hi. So if you want to be more friendly with your Egyptian friends who are like in their 20s or maybe even 30s, don't be afraid to use this English word hi to say hello. So for example, you can also say hi ya shabab, hi ya جماعة. Shabab means young, like young people. جماعة means group. Basically it means hi guys, hi guys. So hi shabab, hi ya جماعة, عاملين إيه? How are you? Like as in plural. So don't be afraid to also use hi ya shabab, hi ya جماعة if you are addressing your greetings to a large, like to a group or more than one person. مع السلامة, goodbye. مع السلامة, goodbye. مع means to be with and salama means peace. So literally it means peace be with you. Some people also like saying أشوفك على خير. أشوفك على خير. أشوف means to see and خير means well or good. So they're wishing to see you in a good or well condition the next time they see you. You can use this usually if you expect that you will not meet this person maybe in a long time, or like you will not be able to contact them tomorrow or see them tomorrow. أشوفك على خير means until next time, I wish to see you well. مع السلامة is just very informal and very regular. You can use it every day, مع السلامة, and you would be expecting to see that person again tomorrow, so don't be afraid to use it every day. But maybe you will want to use goodbye, أشوفك على خير, as in goodbye, with someone you know that you're not gonna see very, very soon. مساء الخير, good evening. The next one is مساء الخير, مساء الخير, which means good evening, and it also means good afternoon. So in English you have good morning, in Arabic, which is صباح الخير, and then you have good afternoon and you have good evening. But in Arabic we only have مساء الخير for both good afternoon and good evening. So don't be afraid. No, not don't be afraid. Like, why is everyone so scared in this video? So please use, if it's 2 p.m. or if it's 3 p.m., please use مساء الخير, مساء الخير, to refer to good afternoon. You can also use it in the evening, like at 7 p.m. You can say مساء الخير, which will be meaning good evening. Another way of greeting, not really hello, is تصبح على خير, تصبح على خير, which means good night. So تصبح means to be awake, to wake up. على خير means well, to be well or to be good. So you wish, instead in good night in English would mean I wish you to wake up in a well condition in Arabic. تصبح على خير. Not really a way to say hello, but it's a very important greeting you should know. فرصة سعيدة, it's nice to meet you. فرصة سعيدة, فرصة سعيدة, it's nice to meet you. So you would say, if you're meeting someone for the first time, أهلا وسهلا, and then you shake hands and you say, my name is, and then you get the other person's name, and then you say, فرصة سعيدة, it's nice to meet you, it's my pleasure to meet you. And the other person will probably say, إحنا أسعد, إحنا أسعد, the pleasure is ours, the pleasure is mine. Usually you can also use it if you are about to leave a business meeting or a very formal situation where you do not expect to be meeting these people again, like you're not gonna talk with that person again. So you would say فرصة سعيدة and you would go, and it's a very formal way to end the conversation with someone you don't know or on a business level. فرصة سعيدة, فرصة سعيدة. Hello, hello. So if you're gonna pick up the phone in the Arab world or in Egypt, you will want to use the word hello, hello. And then maybe you can say hello, صباح الخير, hello, مساء الخير, hello, أهلا وسهلا, and so on. But don't forget to say hello, just like any European country, when you pick up the phone. And the other person will probably say hello, أهلا وسهلا, and so on. So this is one more way to say hello if you're on the phone. Hello. How to respond to how are you? ازيك? How are you? First, we have to understand how to understand the word how are you. So how are you in Arabic is, how are you in Egyptian Arabic is ازيك for a male and ازيك for a female. So when you meet up with a friend, then they will most likely start with hi ازيك or hi ازيك if you're a female. وانت, and you. To ask the person in front of you how they are after they've asked you how you are, you will say وانت for a male and وانتي for a female. And you. And then you can also expand on it and say وانت, وانتي, أخباركم إيه الفترة الأخيرة? How have you been doing recently? Or instead you can say عامل إيه? عامل إيه? How have you been doing? You will answer how you are, and then you will say وانت عامل إيه؟ إيه أخبارك? How are you? What's your news? أنا بخير. I'm fine. So how to answer how are you? So when someone asks you ازيك or ازيك, you have several ways to answer. For example, one would be أنا بخير. أنا بخير. I'm fine. One more phrase you can use is أنا كويس for a male and أنا كويسة for a female. It also means I'm fine, and it's probably the most used one. أنا كويسة, أنا كويس. You can also say تمام الحمد لله. تمام الحمد لله. I'm good, thank God. So if you want to say that you're good, you have 3 ways to say it. أنا بخير، أنا كويس، أنا كويسة، تمام الحمد لله. مش وحش، I'm not bad. Or if you don't feel so well, it's not so good, it's not so bad, you can say مش وحش, I'm not bad. You can say مش بطال, مش بطال. It also means it's not so bad, I'm not so bad. أنا بخير برضو, I'm fine too. For the other person, if you ask them وانت and you, how are you, ازيك, they probably might answer you أنا كمان كويس, أنا كمان كويس, I'm also okay, I'm also good. Or they can say أنا بخير برضو, أنا بخير برضو, I'm fine too. Or they can say كله كويس, all is good. That's just like the German phrase. نعسان, I'm sleepy. If you want to say that you're sleepy, you can say أنا نعسان, that means I'm sleepy. You can say عايزة أنام, it means I want to have a nap or I want to sleep. وحش, I'm feeling bad. If you really don't feel good, maybe you want to say I'm feeling bad, so you might say وحش, وحش, I'm not that good, I'm quite bad. You can say الحالة صعبة, الحالة صعبة, it has been tough. It literally like says the condition is hard. Or you can say تعبان قوي الفترة الأخيرة. It means recently I'm very tired, I'm exhausted. Yeah, I think that's it. Like if you want to say that you're feeling bad. ماشي الحال, I'm okay. If you're not so good and you're not so bad and you're just okay, you can say ماشي الحال, ماشي الحال. الحال means condition, and ماشي it means it's going smoothly, I think. It means like I'm okay, I'm doing more or less okay. ماشي الحال. زي الفل. I am great. If you're feeling great, and I hope you do, you can say زي الفل, زي الفل. I'm great. I think full is one type of jasmine flower. So in our imagination or our head, like jasmine is quite white and it smells good. So if your heart is white and you, well, necessarily you don't have to smell good, but if your heart is good, you don't have any problems, it's white, and you feel refreshed, you can say زي الفل, just like jasmine. I'm great, just like jasmine. You can say ممتاز, ممتاز, excellent, I'm excellent. It also means I'm great. شكرا لسؤالك. Thank you for asking. And in the end of all this, you can say, you can thank the person for asking you how are you, and you can say شكرا على سؤالك. Thank you for asking. You can also say ربنا يخليك, ربنا يخليك. Literally, it means may God prolong your life or something like that. It's quite nice to add it in the end. Recently, Egyptian girls, including me, don't really use the word thank you, like shukran in Arabic, and instead we use merci, which is quite cute.
Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
المرأة تسأل موظف المتجر عن شيء في متجر الكتب. أي كتاب تريد المرأة أن ترى؟ عذراً، أود أن ألقي نظرة على الكتاب الذي فوق الرف.
أي كتاب فيهم؟
الذي يتكلم عن السيارات.
لحظة من فضلك، هذا هو؟
نعم، هذا هو.
تفضلي.
أي كتاب تريد المرأة أن ترى؟ المرأة تسأل موظف المتجر عن شيء في متجر الكتب. أي كتاب تريد المرأة أن ترى؟ عذراً، أود أن ألقي نظرة على الكتاب الذي فوق الرف.
أي كتاب فيهم؟
الذي يتكلم عن السيارات.
لحظة من فضلك، هذا هو؟
نعم، هذا هو.
تفضلي.
امرأة ورجل ينظران إلى قائمة الطعام في المطعم. ماذا سوف يطلب الرجل؟
ماذا سوف تطلبين؟
البيتزا تبدو لذيذة. أعتقد أنني سوف أطلبها.
لقد تناولت البيتزا أمس، لذلك
حسناً، ما رأيك بالهمبرجر؟
هذا يبدو جيداً. سوف أطلبه.
ماذا سوف يطلب الرجل؟ امرأة ورجل ينظران إلى قائمة الطعام في المطعم. ماذا سوف يطلب الرجل؟
ماذا سوف تطلبين؟
البيتزا تبدو لذيذة. أعتقد أنني سوف أطلبها.
لقد تناولت البيتزا أمس، لذلك
حسناً، ما رأيك بالهمبرجر؟
هذا يبدو جيداً. سوف أطلبه.
رجل يتصل بعيادة الطبيب. في أي وقت عليه أن يكون في عيادة الطبيب؟ مرحباً، كيف أستطيع مساعدتك؟
في أي وقت تغلقون اليوم؟
نحن نغلق في الساعة 6، ولكن هل يمكنك المجيء قبل 5:30 لو سمحت؟
حسناً، شكراً.
في أي وقت عليه أن يكون في عيادة الطبيب؟ رجل يتصل بعيادة الطبيب. في أي وقت عليه أن يكون في عيادة الطبيب؟ مرحباً، كيف أستطيع مساعدتك؟
في أي وقت تغلقون اليوم؟
نحن نغلق في الساعة 6، ولكن هل يمكنك المجيء قبل 5:30 لو سمحت؟
حسناً، شكراً.
طفل يقرأ يومياته. ما هو أول شيء فعله الطفل اليوم؟
الجو كان جميلاً. ذهبت للسباحة عصراً في المسبح، وذهبت لمشاهدة فيلم في المساء، ودرست طول النهار. اليوم لم يكن سيئاً.
ما هو أول شيء فعله الطفل اليوم؟ طفل يقرأ يومياته. ما هو أول شيء فعله الطفل اليوم؟
الجو كان جميلاً. ذهبت للسباحة عصراً في المسبح، وذهبت لمشاهدة فيلم في المساء، ودرست طول النهار. اليوم لم يكن سيئاً.
رجل وامرأة ينظرون إلى صورة. إلى أية صورة ينظرون؟ هذه الصورة لفريق كرة القدم الذي يوجد فيه ابنك، أليس كذلك؟ أي واحد فيهم هو ابنك؟
هذا هو.
إنه أطول واحد.
نعم، إنه حتى أطول مني.
إلى أية صورة ينظرون؟ رجل وامرأة ينظرون إلى صورة. إلى أية صورة ينظرون؟ هذه الصورة لفريق كرة القدم الذي يوجد فيه ابنك، أليس كذلك؟ أي واحد فيهم هو ابنك؟
هذا هو.
إنه أطول واحد.
نعم، إنه حتى أطول مني.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking.
20 travel phrases you should know. You don't just need, you also should know. The first phrase we have is بتتكلم إنجليزي? Do you speak English? بتتكلم إنجليزي? بتتكلم إنجليزي? Do you speak English? Also you can ask بتعرف إنجليزي? بتعرف إنجليزي? Do you know English? If you're in Egypt, probably you might also want to ask if someone knows French. بتتكلم فرنساوي? بتتكلم فرنساوي? Do you speak French? Or بتعرف فرنساوي? بتعرف فرنساوي? Do you know French? But if you can say this in Arabic, probably you don't need anyone who speaks English or French. في أتوبيس من المطار لوسط البلد? Is there a bus from the airport to downtown? As soon as you get off the airport, you might want to know how to go to downtown. So maybe you would want to ask في أتوبيس من المطار لوسط البلد? في أتوبيس من المطار لوسط البلد? Is there a bus from the airport to downtown? Or you can also ask في مترو من المطار لوسط البلد؟ في مترو من المطار لوسط البلد? Is there a metro from the airport to downtown? Actually, in Egypt in 2023, I think, there will be a metro available from the airport to downtown. الواي-فاي ببلاش? Is the Wi-Fi free? الواي-فاي ببلاش? الواي-فاي ببلاش? Is the Wi-Fi free? Or you can ask ممكن Wi-Fi? ممكن Wi-Fi? Can I have a Wi-Fi? في أوض فاضية النهاردة? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Once you arrive in a hotel, you might want to ask them if they have any rooms available. So you would want to use this phrase. في أوض فاضية النهاردة? في أوض فاضية النهاردة? Do you have any vacancies today? Or في أوض فاضية للادي؟ في أوض فاضية للادي? Do you have any vacancies for tonight? ممكن أتنقل أوضة تانية? Could I move to a different room? And maybe you would go to one room and you don't like it very much. Maybe it's smelly or dirty or you have annoying neighbors. And if you want to move to another room, you would want to use this phrase. ممكن أنتقل أوضة تانية. Could I move to a different room? في حجز باسمي. I have a reservation. Maybe you already have a reservation under your name, so you would want to use this phrase. في حجز باسمي. في حجز باسمي. Or in English, I have a reservation. If you have not reserved, you would say ما عنديش حجز or ما حجزتش. It means I don't have a reservation or I did not reserve. المنيو من فضلك. Could we have the menu, please? When you get into a restaurant, you might want to ask for the menu if they did not hand it to you already. You would want to say المنيو من فضلك. المنيو من فضلك. Could we have the menu, please? Or you can say المنيو لو سمحت. المنيو لو سمحت. Could I have the menu, please? عندك اقتراحات? Do you have any recommendations? Maybe you don't know anything that's on the menu and you would want to have the recommendation, so you would use this phrase. عندك اقتراحات? عندك اقتراحات? Do you have any recommendations? Or you can say ممكن تقترح لي something? ممكن تقترح لي something? Could you recommend something for me? For example, you can say ممكن تقترح لي طبق. Could you recommend me a dish? Or you can say ممكن تقترح لي مكان. Could you recommend me a place? الحساب لو سمحت. Could I have the check? Once you finish your meal, you might want to ask for the check. So you would say الحساب لو سمحت. الحساب لو سمحت. Could I have the check, please? Or الحساب من فضلك. الحساب من فضلك. Can I please have the check? In Egypt, we also have a gesture for it, so you can do this or this to ask for the check. عندي حساسية من الفول السوداني. I'm allergic to peanuts. If you're allergic to something, then you might want to memorize this phrase. عندي حساسية من something. عندي حساسية من something. I am allergic to something. For example, عندي حساسية من الفول السوداني. عندي حساسية من الفول السوداني. I'm allergic to peanuts. مية من فضلك. Water, please. If you're still in the restaurant or simply you went to the supermarket to buy something, for example, water, you might want to use this phrase. مية لو سمحت. مية لو سمحت. Or مية من فضلك. مية من فضلك. Water, please. You can also ask more nicely and say ممكن مية لو سمحت. ممكن مية لو سمحت. Can I have water, please? If you add ممكن to anything, it makes it 10 times more polite. ممكن. بكم ده? How much is this? If you stop by and you want to buy something, you might want to ask for the price, so you would use this phrase. بكم ده? بكم ده? How much is it? Or سعره إيه? سعره إيه? What's the price? If they tell you the price and you think it's too expensive, you can say غالي قوي. غالي قوي. It's too expensive. Or if you agree with the price and it's okay, you can just say تمام. Okay, تمام. عايز 10 من ده. I'd like 10 of these. So if you agree to the price, you might want to tell the seller that you want a specific quantity. So for example, you can say عايز 10 من ده. عايز 10 من ده. I'd like 10 of these. And if you want to be more polite, you can say ممكن لو سمحت 10 من ده. ممكن لو سمحت 10 من ده. Can I please have 10 of these? Also you can say عاوز اشتري 10 من ده. عاوز اشتري 10 من ده. I'd like to buy 10 of these. عايز ده. I'd like this. If you don't know the name or you just want to point at something and say I want this, you can say عايز ده. عايز ده. I'd like this. To make it more polite, you can say ممكن ده. ممكن ده. Can I have this? ممكن تعملي خصم. Could you give me a discount? If it's too expensive, if it's غالي قوي or غالية قوي, too expensive, you might want to ask for a bargain or a discount. So you might say ممكن تعملي خصم. ممكن تعملي خصم. Could you give me a discount? You can also say نزلي السعر شوية. نزلي السعر شوية. Could you make it cheaper? Or for example, if the person says it's for 10 Egyptian pounds, هي ب10 جنيه. الحاجة دي ب10 جنيه. And you want to bargain, you say ممكن تخليها 9. ممكن تخليها 9. Can you make it 9? And you go on and on and on until you get your, until both of the sides are satisfied. بتاخد visa? Do you take credit card? If you would like to pay in visa, you can ask بتاخد visa? بتاخد visa? Do you take credit card? محطة القطر منين? Where is the train station? If you wanna go by train, you can ask where the station is by this phrase. محطة القطر منين? محطة القطر منين? Where is the train station? Same goes to a metro. محطة المترو منين؟ محطة المترو منين? Where is the metro station? And if you want to ask just for the nearest one, you can say أقرب محطة مترو منين? Where is the nearest metro station? Or فين أقرب محطة قطر؟ فين أقرب محطة قطر؟ Where is the nearest train station? بعد إذنك الأجرة كام? Excuse me, what's the fare? If you take a taxi, you might want to ask for the fare, so you will want to use this phrase. بعد إذنك الأجرة كام؟ بعد إذنك الأجرة كام؟ Which means, excuse me, what's the fare? ممكن تصورني من فضلك? Could you take a picture of me, please? If you go somewhere and you want your picture taken, you might want to stop someone and ask, ممكن تصورني من فضلك? ممكن تصورني من فضلك? Or ممكن تصورني لو سمحت? Could you take a picture of me, please? الأتوبيس ده بيروح المطار? Is this the right bus for the airport? If you want to ask for the way back to the airport, you would want to use this phrase. الأتوبيس ده بيروح المطار؟ الأتوبيس ده بيروح المطار؟ Is this the right bus for the airport? Or for example, المترو ده بيروح المطار؟ المترو ده بيروح المطار؟ Is this the right metro for the airport?
Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
Must know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing, so let's get started. معك كل الحق. I couldn't agree with you more. معك كل الحق. I couldn't agree with you more. In the Arabic version, literally it says, you have all the right. This is for agreeing, but for disagreeing you can say, لا ما عندكش حق. لا ما عندكش حق. No, you're not right. أنا مش متأكدة. I'm not sure. أنا مش متأكدة. I'm not sure. And also you can use ما ظنش. ما ظنش. I don't think so. طبعا. Of course. طبعا. Of course. You can also say أكيد. أكيد. Indeed. ميتهيألي كده. I guess so. ميتهيألي كده. I guess so. I'm not so sure, but I guess it's this way. ميتهيألي. You can drop the كده, you can put it متهيألي or متهيألي كده. كنت لسه هقول كده. I was just going to say that. كنت لسه هقول كده. I was about to say that. You can also say كانت على طرف لساني. كانت على طرف لساني. It was on the tip of my tongue. It was on the tip of my tongue. Right here. أنت غلطان. You're wrong. أنت غلطان. You're wrong. أنت غلطان مش كده. You're wrong. It was not like that. مش كده also could mean improbable or inappropriate. So you say مش كده. مش كده. This is inappropriate. ممكن. Maybe. ممكن. Maybe. You can say ممكن متهيألي كده. Maybe I guess so. أنا مش موافق. I don't agree. أنا مش موافقة. I don't agree. Or أنا مش موافقة معاك. أنا مش موافقة معاك. I don't agree with you. موافق. I agree. موافقة. I agree. You can say تمام موافقة. Yes, indeed, I agree. Or أيوة موافقة. أيوة موافقة. Yes, I agree. Most of them are in the female form. For guys, they would say موافق. أيوة موافق. صح. That's true. صح. That's true. And the opposite is غلط. غلط. It's wrong. So you can say أيوة صح. تمام صح. Yes, it's right. Yes, it's true. For example, if someone says it's going to rain today, شكلها هتمطر النهاردة. It looks like it's going to rain today. And you're not so sure, so you can say متهيألي كده. It means I guess so. Or you can say ممكن. Maybe. Or you can say لا أنت غلطان. No, you're wrong. I checked the weather forecast, for example. شفت النشرة الجوية قبل ما أنزل. Or something like that. Hi everyone, my name is Prihan and this is the Egyptian Arabic Weekly Words. So I'm going to start right now with our theme that is الهوايات, the hobbies. صيد السمك, to fish. صيد السمك, to fish. My father goes fishing every Friday. بابا بيروح يصطاد كل جمعة. بابا بيروح يصطاد كل جمعة. Okay? تصفح الإنترنت. To surf the internet. تصفح الإنترنت لوقت طويل بيتعب العين. Surfing the internet for a long time exhausts the eye. So, تصفح الإنترنت وقت طويل بيتعب العين. إذا easy. جمع طوابع البريد. To collect stamps. جمع طوابع البريد. Nobody's collecting stamps anymore. But let's see. I used to collect stamps when I was young. أنا كنت بجمع طوابع البريد وأنا صغيرة. أنا كنت بجمع طوابع البريد وأنا صغيرة. Okay? It's kind of a lie, but it doesn't matter. رقص. To dance. To dance. الرقص. الكل لازم يرقص في الأفراح المصرية. Everyone must dance in an Egyptian wedding. الكل لازم يرقص في الأفراح المصرية. Which is quite painful for someone who doesn't like to. That is me. فن الخط. calligraphy. calligraphy. فن الخط. فن الخط العربي جميل جدا. فن الخط العربي جميل جدا. The Arabic calligraphy is very beautiful. It is indeed. Please Google it. You're going to be fascinated. Fruits. الفاكهة. As you know, I'm from Egypt, and the most popular fruits we have there is oranges and bananas, mainly because they are cheap. So, if you want to know how to say your favorite fruit in Arabic, please keep on watching. البرقوق. plum. البرقوق. plum. جدتي بتعرف تعمل مربى برقوق لذيذة. جدتي بتعرف تعمل مربى برقوق لذيذة. My grandma can make a delicious plum jam. شمام. melon. شمام. melon. رحت للسوبر ماركت واشتريت شمامة. رحت للسوبر ماركت واشتريت شمامة. I went to the supermarket and I bought a melon. تفاح. apple. تفاح. apple. التفاح مفيد للصحة. التفاح مفيد للصحة. Apples are good for the health, and as you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. المانجا. mango. المانجا. That is mango, as you can guess. صديقتي من الفلبين جابت لي مانجا فلبينية. صديقتي من الفلبين جابت لي مانجا فلبينية. My friend from the Philippines bought me a Filipino mango, which is very delicious. Please try it. الموز. banana. الموز. banana. الموز أرخص أنواع الفاكهة. الموز أرخص أنواع الفاكهة. Bananas are the cheapest kind of fruit. So the word banana is actually of an Arabic origin, and banan, it means basically a finger. So because Arabs thought that bananas are just like fingers, so they just called it banan or banana. Mammals. الثدييات. الثدييات. So as you all know, I'm from Egypt, I said that before, and everyone thinks that Egypt, they have camels and nothing but camels, like you go to school every day by a camel. That's not true. We have cars, we have trains, and you can only see camels next to the pyramids. They're natural inhabitant. أرنب. rabbits. أظن إن الأرانب ظريفة جدا. أظن إن الأرانب ظريفة جدا. I think rabbits are so cute. أسد. lion. الأسد ملك الغابة. الأسد ملك الغابة. The lion is the king of the jungle. ثعلب. fox. الثعالب معروف عنهم إنهم مكارين. الثعالب معروف عنهم إنهم مكارين. Foxes are known to be cunning. You know that song, What Did the Fox Say? Yeah, that's quite funny. حصان. horse. So as you might all know, Arabian horses are very beautiful. They're like the most popular horses in the world. So, الحصان العربي جميل جدا. الحصان العربي جميل جدا. Arabian horses are very beautiful. خنزير. خنزير. pig. المسلمون لا يأكلون الخنازير. المسلمون لا يأكلون الخنازير. Muslims don't eat pigs. Today's topic is colors. الألوان. So, let's get started. أحمر. red. الفراولة لونها أحمر. الفراولة لونها أحمر. Strawberries are red. Is red. أسود. black. أسود. أسود. or in the dialect أسود that is black. الأسود لون أنيق. الأسود لون أنيق. Black is an elegant color. أصفر yellow. الموز لونه أصفر. الموز لونه أصفر. Bananas are yellow. بني brown. شعري لونه بني. شعري لونه بني. My hair is brown. أزرق blue. In the dialect it's أزرق. أزرق, which is very easy to pronounce than أزرق. السماء والمحيطات لونهم أزرق. السماء والمحيطات لونهم أزرق. The sky and the oceans are blue. We're going to talk about continents today. القارات. آسيا Asia. الصين وروسيا أكبر بلاد في آسيا. الصين وروسيا أكبر بلاد في آسيا. China and Russia are the biggest countries in Asia. أستراليا. أستراليا مشهورة بحيوانات الكنغر. أستراليا مشهورة بحيوانات الكنغر. Australia is famous for the kangaroos. أفريقيا. Africa. This one should be easy. أطول نهر في العالم موجود في أفريقيا. أطول نهر في العالم موجود في أفريقيا. The longest river is in Africa. أمريكا الشمالية. North America. US. أمريكا الشمالية متعددة الثقافات. أمريكا الشمالية متعددة الثقافات. North America is multicultural. أوروبا. Europe. السفر في أوروبا ممتع جدا. السفر في أوروبا ممتع جدا. Traveling in Europe is fun.